Pre-show.
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 I'd like to start the pre-show by thanking some slacker named Mr. Penguin Von Penguin for his 3-month sub. To which he says, "I am too cool for this damn channel."
Wow, he's probably right though.
Probably.
Shots fired.
I mean,
Shots fired, indeed.
are they wrong though? That's the question.
Probably not though. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, so yeah, since we're sitting here in the pre-show, let's talk about this thing that I was talking to you guys about in the in the Secrety channel where we talk about podcast things. So yeah, if we go ahead and record on the Friday the 21st in the evening, that's the day before I leave on vacation. And if we record on Sunday the 30th in the evening, I'll be back because I'll get back that morning. Okay. And then we don't have to miss a beat on this here podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. No, that's just payday. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not doing anything. As far as I know we have like a busy. We have basically a really busy June and pretty much summer, but no, I should be okay for that. I do know sometime in August we're gonna have to play around with the date along with my vacation in July.
I mean, we'll work through it we'll work around it and record on days when we can. That's what I was just checking in on that because I felt like, that'd be cool if we could do that.
I got the 2-cam overlay ready if we need it.
I mean, doing this podcast without Iron, I mean, that feels weird and exhilarating.
you know what else was weird and exhilarating? I didn't get fired last week.
I know.
You failed, Penguin.
I was amazed.
I had absolutely no reason to fire him last week. It's just what it was. I mean, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just don't have a reason to fire Mike.
Yeah. I mean, that just means you have to come up with a better reason.
I mean, that's a true story. Sometimes you just got to find.
Last week he threw off the seemingly dress code thing, and he was wearing regular headphones, not his normal pair.
That's life, This podcast is all about the mediocrity and inconsistencies.
That's true.
This is true.
That's just how it is.
Tired.
I don't want to hear
yesterday.
It. Oh yeah, you went to a play.
We were in Chicago for probably about 13 hours yesterday.
I mean, it's a cool city though.
Yeah.
Cool city.
The hell did you do?
Did my first. Well, we went in and drove in the morning. So that's fantastic 2-hour drive. And then we went to Navy Pier, did one of the lake shore tours.
Oh God, Navy Pier is such a garbage ass tourist thing.
Yeah, I liked how we did the lake shore tour, so they basically take you out on a boat, take you around the little
that's pretty cool.
The little open area, you learn about some of the buildings and stuff like that. And I had a little chuckle because one of the things they said was that Navy Pier had an amusement park. That basically consists of a chair ride, the little thing that like swings the chairs around, and a Ferris wheel.
That's not an amusement park.
Such an amazing amusement park.
Yeah, I think there might be some like games or stuff like on the ground level, but it was neat to know that it was an active military base during World War II, and that because they were using it for training pilots how to land on aircraft carriers. And because of that, there were so many there's like tons of planes in Lake Michigan because people couldn't make the landing. So, well, they were also using boats at like freight boats and stuff out in the lake, but apparently because it's freshwater, they're preserved so well that like aeronautics museum down in Florida will like come and like retrieve wreckages from the bottom of Lake Michigan so that they can easily restore them.
Huh.
Like you do.
Because it doesn't degrade the materials of the plane as much. The fresh water doesn't degrade stuff as much as salt water does.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's not oxidizing it. It's not rusting it out like the salt water does.
Yeah.
The fresh water doesn't have that high level. I mean, obviously it's got some salt content, but not that much.
Right. So then we after the tour thing, we ate, and then we basically took a water taxi up to Michigan Avenue and walked around.
I can guarantee that you didn't eat at the greatest restaurant in Chicago. I guarantee it.
Ed DeBevick's is closed.
I would. Ed DeBevick's.
No, there's a restaurant in Chicago called New. It's a Japanese fusion restaurant.
No, we did not. We did not.
It's really a shame because it's literally like a block and a half away from Navy Pier.
Yeah, so we ate at the we got just a small lunch at the just the food court area around Navy Pier. Lindsay had some Mediterranean food. I had a giant piece of pizza, as you do.
Might I suggest that if you find yourself back around,
oh, I'm sure we'll be there again.
that you I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this because you deserve to have this in your life, Mike. I like you, and I'm gonna put this in our. That's the website. It's in our podcast chat.
I will have to look at it after we're done.
Of course,
since you're all full screen. So yeah, we went to Michigan Avenue. We took a water taxi to Michigan Avenue, walked around for a couple hours. And then we went to this place called Latin City, which is essentially a food court kind of thing.
Fancy.
In one of the indoor malls. But the neat thing about it is that when you walk in, they essentially give you a card, and there's all kinds of different. There was like a grill, and then there was a seafood place and a taqueria, and so there was all kinds of different essentially stands, and you just take your card, you order what you want, and they just swipe your card, and then you pay for it at the end. So really good food. Lindsay had some shrimp and fish tacos. I had a burrito. Really good guac that I, was trying for the first time, so that's always good.
Guac is fine if you like avocado.
It was better than other guac that I've had before, so.
We went to IKEA yesterday.
Oh damn!
What kind of damage did you do there?
I streamed the trip to IKEA.
Okay.
Because the car ride to IKEA is it's quite a ways. It took us almost an hour and a half to get there because traffic.
It's about how close our nearest IKEA is.
I think ours is about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So yeah, but the difference is I get the feeling that when you travel to an IKEA, it's in a different city.
Yeah, it is.
When I travel to an IKEA, it's still in the same city. It just takes an hour and a half to get there.
So how many miles is that?
Oof. Let's see. And that was with traffic. You can get there in 45 minutes usually.
So that's like driving from here to Detroit on a good day.
Wow. It's nice to know that you can travel to Detroit in 45 minutes.
If you're
IKEA from
good.
us,
If you're driving 90 miles
it's
an hour.
about 33 miles.
Okay.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
not too bad. Ours is like 50 miles away, I think.
Yeah, it's about 33 miles, but you basically have to drive through the heart of the city to get there.
Oh, gross.
If you take the tollway around, you can save yourself some time.
Yeah. I'm not
As
sure
long as you're willing
why.
to pay the tolls.
It
I'm not
is
sure why, but
60 miles.
I-90 last night at 10:30 at night was the worst traffic. You're like, oh man, it's gonna be nice. We're just gonna jump on 90. It's gonna
I've
be
driven
great.
through Chicago or near Chicago or around Chicago at 3 o'clock in the morning and been stuck in traffic.
Yeah, it's
So it's like
fucking
it
hate
doesn't
Chicago.
shock me. I love Chicago. I hate driving into Chicago.
One bad thing about Chicago is driving down 90 and getting stuck in traffic. But anyways, we should probably
Is it time to like
do
start
a
recording
show.
our voices?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I hit my record.
All right. Let me see. Oh, I've got little wavelengths. It's telling me I'm recording. How exciting.
Oh, damn.
Without fail.
Every fucking week. 3, 2, 1.
Beautiful.
I think it works.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of the Lunarcast, a new class. And you damn well know I just had to look that up to make sure I got the right number. With me, as always, is Mike. How are you doing?
I'm good.
And we have our one and only independent voice, Mr. Penguin from twitch.tv.
The only independent voice this podcast has, and you better believe that I'm here. But real quick before we even get this shit going, Mike, I have to inform you that you're fucking fired.
Why am I fired this time?
So before we even get into the meat and potatoes of this show, Mike, you put something on Twitter the other night, and you put this trailer up, and you're like, this looks like a Mr. Penguin game. And I looked at that shit, and it was hot garbage, and you're fucking fired.
You know what? To be honest, I didn't even look at it myself. I just saw Truck Simulator on Xbox, and I was like, "Oh,
you should have looked.
That's a Penguin game."
I
I would do the same thing with Iron. I would just see some kind of flight sim on PlayStation. I'd be like, "Oh, this is an Iron game,"
or maybe a city builder or something,
or City Builder. Yeah.
But to be fair, you went to like a Broadway style show last night, and I can respect that. So you're hired.
Yeah.
There you go. Got it out early.
I've been holding that in for days.
Have you?
He has. He even called me out on his stream.
Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I remember now. So this week we're gonna change things up a little bit because this is pretty much the lead up to E3, and this is our predictions episode where we will each have 5 predictions for E3. We should have gotten quite a number of them. I had to figure it out last night. I think Mike was figuring it out this morning.
There was no way I was doing it last night.
No.
I literally have like 2 predictions solidified in my head, and I'm just gonna wing it.
That's fine. See, I think the good thing about waiting and also winging it is the fact that anything could have been announced up to like this point. So this is everything as of.
I made like a full page of notes.
Yeah, I got notes too.
Wow, y'all are prepared.
I mean, I just put out like
8. It's just eight bullet points.
Yeah, that's pretty much what mine is. But all these predictions will be as of Saturday, June 1st at, I guess, we'll just say 1:30 Eastern time.
Use the
So
proper time,
12:30,
sir.
12:30
12:30.
Central Time.
12:20 Central Daylight Time.
Whatever.
And we're not going to be looking at any breaking news that may happen during the podcast.
Yeah.
So
Nope, won't
none
do
of
that. But we're gonna change things up. Mike, what'd you play this week?
so I played. I guess real quick before the podcast, I jumped in and played some Void Bastards. Because that came out on Game Pass
I saw that game.
on
What is
Xbox
it?
One. So basically, the gist I've gotten from it so far is, it is a combination of FTL,
Okay.
Doom-ish, kind of,
Okay.
and just and any roguelike game.
As I was gonna say, I've
So,
heard,
It's
I've
it's
seen
a
the description of it being a roguelike first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter. They've already established in the story so far that if you die, someone else will take up your job, essentially. But the reason I connect it to FTL is that there is, so one of the things you get when you first spawn in is they give you enough fuel for one jump, and then you have like food for 3 days and stuff like that. And something else, I don't remember what exactly the other resource they give you is, but basically you get this star map, and you have to make jumps to get to a certain, to get to whatever your objective is. So you make a jump, and you have to have a fuel, one fuel to make that jump. So, like, the first mission I got, they're like, you need to go towards this little arrow on the right side of the screen. Obviously, it's way off the screen. So I jumped to, like, the first point, and then then you're presented with a ship, and you have to go in, and basically they're sending you after this one particular thing, but you also, as you're searching the ship, you can find fuel and food and all of that stuff. So, and there is a little bit of stealth in it so far. Like, I'm assuming once I get more powerful, I will, would be able to get past this enemy no problem. But they, present you, I'm sure, as a training of like, hey, you need to crouch here. The kind of sneaking around to a guy. But so far, pretty good. The tutorial mission, they throw you in with no bullets. So great first person shooter tutorial, no bullets. And then when you, and this is just a slight spoiler, but it's just the tutorial mission. When you die at the end of the tutorial mission, the loading screen that pops up after that basically said, and I think this is a direct quote, "The game expected you to die."
Huh. All right then.
So I'm gonna play more of it. I might make it. It might be one of the games I stream more often, because it seems, those roguelike type games seem like good things to go through. And then earlier in the week I played a little more Dauntless. Just working at missions. Nothing too spectacular to report there. I know they put a patch out, but I didn't, while I was out yesterday, but I didn't really look into it.
I logged into Dauntless a week and a half ago. I'm still 6,600 in the queue.
Damn.
No, I mean, the last time I
I
played,
haven't downloaded it.
the last
good.
time I played it, which I think was Tuesday or Wednesday, I jumped in. There was no queue at all, so they're clearly making improvements. But the big
They're
game,
solving some issues.
the big game I played this week, people might remember this tiny little indie game called Red Dead Redemption 2. I finally beat it.
About fucking time.
You after all these years have finally rolled credits on Red Dead 2, huh?
After
The game only came out like 19 and a half years ago.
after all these months.
So did you get the stag?
Huh?
Did you get the stag at the end?
Stagger Coyote ending, like
In
like,
the between
Oh,
episode 6, chapter 6 and the epilogue, did you get a stag or a coyote?
I
Were you
guess
good
I
or bad?
wasn't. I was good.
Okay, so you got a
Okay.
stag.
I guess I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so as you're playing the game, if you are like basically a really bad guy and you
Mhm.
like just kill people and this, that, and the other, and you rob and all this, you'll start
Spoilers.
seeing a coyote in like those cutscenes and everything, like in the middle where it looks almost like a painting kind of thing. And
Oh yeah, mine were always a deer stag
yeah,
type thing.
yeah. So then, yeah, you're fine.
You was a good boy.
I
Yeah.
didn't even realize there was a difference there.
Yeah. The coyote will be as the bad one, and then you'll see a stag if you're playing as good. Um, and then I guess if you met like after a certain level, you get like a really really good ending. I might have made that. I don't know. Um, are you gonna actually play around in it, like open world, like just kind of do other stuff after
Uh,
since you're done with it, or?
I don't know. Right now I have other backlog things I need to tackle.
That's fair.
I know I read something that if you go to, the different places that they showed the gang members in the, in the credit scenes, that, you'll get a little bit of extra story and
Possible
stuff like
spoilers
that.
if you don't realize this, people.
It's too late
Yeah.
now. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's been out forever and a day.
I didn't
Pretty much.
say who or where. I just said
Oh, I know.
general.
But still, like just general spoilers
Um,
could have been. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna go into spoilers, 3, 2, 1, fuck Micah.
Fuck
He's a
Micah.
piece of garbage.
Isn't he? Guy was a piece of shit. And the fact is, like, I kind of knew. I mean, especially once you get diagnosed, I mean, you pretty much know where the game's going, considering this was a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not so much on like who's gonna do what, but you kind of just had this feeling like
Well, the only
Arthur's
thing,
gonna turn into.
yeah, I mean, the only thing I knew for sure was that Dutch was gonna survive, because
Well, yeah.
he's
Dutch survives and
he's-
John survives.
yeah.
Those are your only two definitives.
Yeah,
Well, okay,
'cause-
so I knew full well, like, as it was building towards the end of the game, I was like, I see what's about to happen. I know there's an epilogue chapter, and the epilogue chapter is clearly going to bridge the gap between Red Dead 2 and Red Dead. So you're
Mhm.
clearly in the epilogue, you're going to play as John. I knew that. I felt that one coming from a mile away.
Mhm.
But let me just say this, and you can say fuck Micah all you want and this and that, but fuck you, Rockstar Games, for killing my horse in the end.
Yeah.
No death in that game hit me as hard as that moment, because
Rip.
I had taken the time to go up to that lake and get that white Arabian, and I had leveled it up, and I had been using the same white Arabian, no deaths, for a very long time, and then you killed her.
I used the same horse that you got in the beginning of the game. I never changed my horse. Never.
Wow, you had a really
changed it.
shitty horse.
I
changed it a
didn't
couple
need
of
a different
times.
one.
I changed a couple of times because I pre-ordered it. I got the, what was it, the war horse, one of the big
Yeah.
like, work horses basically.
That horse did me well until I realized I could go get that white horse, and then I was like, "This is my new horse."
Yeah, and then I think I bought. It was I don't remember if it was an Arabian or not, but it was a spotted horse, and I named it Spot, and then they killed it at the end. Those bastards.
In the epilogue, you can actually buy the best horse in the game. You can buy it from it's an Arabian that's at a stable in Blackwater.
The horse I started using basically in the epilogue, because I didn't finish all the side missions before the epilogue. So I went and found the veteran, and you end up with his horse in the end.
Yeah, that horse is sitting in the stable somewhere. That horse was hot garbage.
I think
Yeah.
I did. I think I did a few, like most of the side missions.
All
I
it
think.
does is it changes the context of a bit. Like, so if you didn't do the veteran, like finish him with Arthur, and you play it with John, you actually mention what happens to Arthur and everything, and then you guys talk about it, and then you basically go out and do what you would have done anyway.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
well, I thought it was. I enjoyed the game, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad,
good.
Mike, you finally got around to finishing it.
Now I got to do my Spider-Man DLC.
I still got to do
I
the
still
third
need
one
to
on
finish.
that.
Yeah, I still need to finish the Spider-Man DLC.
I got the third one to do, and then I'll be good. I
Alright.
still got to finish the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC.
Oh, that was good.
I know.
I've
So,
been contemplating replaying that now that I have a nice TV, but
yeah.
anyways, so
it's gorgeous.
that's about it for me. That was my goal for my week off was to finish Red Dead, and then I didn't expect to have to watch 30 minutes of credits to get all the little scenes.
It kind of I'm about to say it tells you more of the story though. So
yeah, so that's it for me. So Mr. Penguin, what have you been playing?
Well, I would have liked to have played a little bit of Minecraft, but each time I've tried to log into the realm, as soon as I try to walk through another portal, it kicks me out.
Oh no,
Mike, you need to look into that. I
what
couldn't check.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. I couldn't check the Nether portal because I'm like way off up north, like just looking for shit. So I couldn't check the portals.
I mean, so I don't know if maybe I've just logged in at the wrong times, because I looked on like their support and they have had a couple bumps this week with realms. So I'll try again at some point.
I didn't really do a whole lot in Minecraft this week.
I wanted to jump in because it's kind of my chillax game sometimes, and I wanted to bring you back a bird to your home and stuff. But that didn't happen.
Another animal that died. Rip bird.
I did play Thief Simulator on stream. That game was fun.
I watched a little bit of it.
That game is pretty fun. Apparently you can also get it on Switch if you want. So there's that. But I enjoyed that. A little bit of MLB. Got back into that for a few games. Let's see what else. I've been kind of playing around in the land of Bethesda. Started a
playing
new
some Fallout.
Started a new character in Skyrim last night.
Oh jeez.
Yep,
Was playing around in Skyrim. I have a female orc who is the proper color, and she's named Jennifer Walters, and she's basically She-Hulk.
I was gonna say the proper color has to be green.
Yeah, she's She-Hulk. And I've been running around with like hammers and axes, giant war axes, and that's been good. But modded. I don't care about the trophies and stuff. I've been playing with it with the mods on, because that's more fun. And I downloaded it and I started messing with it this morning. I went through and installed a shit ton of mods on Fallout 4 on Xbox One.
Yeah, I think that's. I need to get through a Fallout 4 playthrough and like the DLC, but I'm in that weird thing where like I want to get the achievements, but at the same time, like I want the cool mods.
So here's the thing. There's a mod that I want that I can't even use because you have to have all the DLC. And I was like, okay, well, the game it's on sale for like $30 right now or whatever. Let me go look at the season pass. The season pass is like $48.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
that thing never comes down in price.
I guess you have to buy. You have to buy like the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I think I got it on the like Steam winter sale for like $30 or something one time.
But like some of the mods, there's a mod in the game. It's called like Souls 6000 Cybernetic or whatever, and you can go get like these operations done on your character after you do this quest real quick. That gives you like bionic eyes, or you can do structural supports, which like once you do all 3 levels of the structural supports, you don't take any fall damage anymore
Hmm,
and things like that.
interesting.
And there's a cheat mod, and I may have all the perks unlocked for my character, and I may be running around like an OP crazy person. And my character may be level 208 right now.
Oh my god.
Maybe, maybe not.
Um, but yeah, so I'm like, I was running around this morning. I'm trying to go to the submarine that's in the game so I can get they modded. I downloaded a mod that adds the Chinese stealth suit to the game,
Nice.
so I've been doing that. And because it's on Games with Gold, I didn't start it yet. I downloaded it. I'm gonna play it later on today, maybe. I downloaded NHL 19
Good
because
game.
they put it on Games with Gold, and
Good
I'm like,
sport.
fuck yeah, let me play some hockey for once. Thank you for putting this on like one of my services, so I don't have to pay for it. Because it would have been great when I had Origin Premiere on PC, but NHL's not on PC.
Wah wah.
True.
All right, that's me. Iron, what you got? Not much because you're falling over.
Pretty much. Yeah, because of the med withdrawal and that, I haven't really been able to play much. I tried to stream Minecraft on Tuesday. I got through about a half hour before it started hitting really hard, 45 minutes before I actually felt sick, and then an hour I had to quit. I couldn't do it. I tried, I couldn't do it. So it seems to have something to do with just a lot of movement in general. And if your eyes are shifting, like when you play Minecraft, you're kind of looking around anyway, like shifting because you want to make sure anything's gonna jump out at you.
What I want to know right now, I want to know, how bad would it be if we put you in Minecraft VR?
God, probably pretty bad.
Oh man, you
So,
die.
so I'm gonna guess you haven't been able to try your flight stick either.
So actually about that as well. It did come in. It is sitting on the kitchen table. I'm not allowed to have it
Oh,
until my birthday because it is actually a birthday present.
Good on Jen.
So I'm not actually allowed to
for
have it
her.
for a couple weeks, which probably isn't the worst thing in the world.
That gives you time to get through your withdrawal and
Pretty much.
also put together a full Top Gun costume.
That would require a
flight
helmet and a suit
helmet.
and like
Do
a
you-
pair.
Do you have the need for speed?
I do. So it's probably a good thing I'm not actually playing like Ace Combat in that because you are all kinds of over the place.
Just
Um,
I just had a thought for our 2-year anniversary.
Oh
if
no.
if we end up doing what we were talking about, I'm gonna bring the PSVR.
Do it.
And we're gonna get Iron in Ace Combat PSVR with his flight sticks.
Let's do it.
I don't know if it'll let you use the flight stick or not because
Watch me, bitch.
so I know it won't let you use the move controllers for the VR. I thought they would have built something in with the move controllers. Maybe it will with the flight stick because it just recognizes it as a standard controller.
It just
probably?
recognizes it as a controller, I think. And as long as the game has support for it, I would imagine that.
It says right here, Ace Combat 7 with the Thrustmaster flight stick is a PSVR essential. So yes, it works.
Dope.
So
We gonna have
so
some
yeah,
fun.
I do got the aviators.
I have
Yeah,
aviators.
I don't
in
think
my
you.
car.
I don't think you can wear the aviators and the PSVR at the same time.
No, I know you probably can't, but
No, he just has to walk in the full regalia with the aviators on. Then he
Yes.
takes them off, dons the headset. There we go.
and there we go.
We put Jacket in a seat behind him, call him Goose.
Goose,
No, we can't kill the benefactor of the channel.
talk to me, Goose.
Goose.
Goose, talk to me, Goose. So outside of that, so then I just ended up not streaming on Thursday, because I really felt like crap Thursday anyway. So then Friday, yesterday Mike wasn't able to stream anyway. So what I ended up doing and Jen was working, so I actually ended up trying Cities which doesn't have as much movement. It's it's still pretty relaxing and everything. And it actually went pretty well. I didn't really feel too much issue. I had to quit my first city because I kind of screwed up and I didn't put in a sewage system. And so everybody's sewage was backing up and I was not able to
Oh
make any
man, you
money.
had a poo city.
What
Ew.
a shitty
So there
situation.
was so I wasn't able to do much. So I had to restart. I did the same map and everything, and then I actually planned it a little bit better. It went really well. Didn't have any problems.
Up until the point that it wasn't going well anymore.
No, it was still good. I was fine, and I actually I just started making just a shit ton of money that I just started building massive roadways and everything. I didn't get near as far as I wanted to, but I may stream it again tonight because Jen's gonna be going out, so gives me something to do for a bit. I
Good
think that's all I've
times.
played. Yeah, that's all I've played. I haven't been able to do much else, sadly.
All right. Well, I guess let's transition to the news and talk about things that we may or may not be playing. I know at least one of us here has said that they don't care, but so on what was it, on Thursday? Infinity
20
War. I thought it was the 30th
maybe.
for Call of Duty. Infinity War.
Modern Warfare.
Yep, they announced Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which
Tokyo Drift.
may sound like a familiar title. It's just missing a number. But essentially, this year's Call of Duty is, as I said, is going to be made by Infinity War.
Wrong pipe.
Infinity Ward, I should say.
Instead of Sledgehammer?
Yeah, I think it's instead of
Treyarch.
Sledgehammer. No,
Yeah, instead of
it's-
Treyarch did last year.
Treyarch was last week or last year. So yeah, instead of
they're just pumping them
Sledgehammer,
out every week now.
they're going
Sorry,
with modern.
new Call of Duty every week.
They're going
Next
with modern.
Call of Duty Band of Brothers Deluxe Edition Supreme.
Yes.
Anyway,
So they're going with Modern Warfare. It is going to include a single player campaign again.
Okay, now you have my attention.
Which I think this is gonna be. I think the Black Ops team may just be like, the Black Ops franchise may just be like, here's the multiplayer only franchise.
probably at this point,
Probably.
that's what I think is going to happen.
They seem like they're more into the they've always been more into the zombies stuff anyways.
Well, they started.
Speaking of the zombie stuff, Modern Warfare, no zombies.
No
I saw
zombies. So
no
yeah,
examples for you kids.
it's gonna have a single player campaign. It's gonna have your I mean, they didn't go into any detail, but you gotta assume it's gonna have your typical Call of Duty multiplayer,
Yep.
team deathmatch, all that kind of
No
stuff.
battle
ranked
royale.
down. They
Yet.
I believe, did they confirm that or not? I'm
I know they
assuming
confirmed
not.
no zombies.
So the big, I guess the big takeaways from the reveal. So it is a reboot of the Modern Warfare franchise.
Soft reboot, yes.
Not a soft reboot.
Oh, it's a hard reboot.
Full reboot.
It's
a full reboot.
It
All
is.
right.
It is not in. So from what I've read, they, spoilers for Modern Warfare 3. Ton of nukes were going off. Russia invaded the U.S. All this crazy stuff, and it looks, from what I've read, Infinity War felt like, well, there's no way to escalate that even further, and it got so convoluted that it kind of went away from the Modern Warfare aspect, that they just decided to take it back to the beginning.
So what you're saying is all the nukes going off at the end of Modern Warfare 3 caused a shift in time, and now we're on Earth 2.
We're on. So this is in. It is not in the same universe as the first 3 Modern Warfare games.
So it threw us into a parallel universe.
Correct.
And there's only one way to know that it's a true parallel universe, and that's the other part of news inside this thing.
Yes. So there is. So it's not the same universe, but it has all of the same characters that you're familiar with. Captain Price.
Parallel.
All of that stuff. So it's essentially a parallel universe. So the single player story will concern Russian interactions with the Middle East, while enemies will include an ultra nationalist group helping to execute terrorist attacks in major cities such as London. So I did hear that the kind of like
Can
one
we
of the
not
first
have a
missions.
Call of Duty game that's like real life, please?
Well, and I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason they wanted to reboot it, was because Modern Warfare 3 was 10 years ago, and they kind of wanted to bring it back and kind of tie it back into the state of the world right now.
If they wanted to tie it into the state of the world right now, all you got to do is just grab some election machines and start rigging them.
Modern Warfare. Press F to rig election.
Oh shit.
So it'll have the single player story, which I believe, as from what I heard, was kind of a parallel story between different characters. Some people kind of some of the characters are of more on the Middle Eastern side, while others are your tier 1 operators, that you're familiar with in the Modern Warfare franchise.
Right.
Multiplayer, I said.
With the campaign, and then the way they're talking about the story, I mean, I'll probably pick it up at some point, if only to play the campaign.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'll probably pick it up, play the campaign. Maybe if enough people in the Discord pick it up, we can do some game nights, whatnot.
When it's free.
Yeah, something like that. But the most exciting thing, I guess, to come out of this announcement is that there's actually, I guess, kind of 2 things. So the first is that they aren't going to have a season pass. So all of their map updates and all that stuff, it sounded like we're going to be free. So they're
going the Battlefield route.
Yeah, basically. They don't want to splinter the player base.
They're
the
about
DLC,
5 years late on that.
The DLC will release first on PS4, so they still have that timed exclusive going on. But the other, thing that I really hope this E3 we see a lot more of is that the game is going to launch with full crossplay across PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Good. Just let me. If I'm playing on console, just let me select the thing that doesn't put me up against PC players, and I'll be happy.
Right. Yeah, that's something a lot of people are calling for.
Now, what I hope they do is that I hope that crossplay isn't just multiplayer. Like, I would love for, especially if they have an online co-op for the campaign, I would love for that to be cross-play as well.
And if they could kindly make sure that it's also cross progression, so that I have it on PC and PS4, maybe I play it on PS4 when I'm sitting in my living room, but I can play it on my PC when I feel like it. That'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
A la Dauntless, right?
Yeah. Dauntless does that fantastically. So the game will be out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 25th of this year. The PC version, I believe, is going to be sold through Battle.net, just like Black Ops 4 was.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exclusively through Battle.net.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see more It looks like they are going to have an E3 Coliseum panel.
Big shock.
So I'm sure we'll see more. That'll probably be focused on, they'll probably do half of the story, like a mission from the single player, and then they'll go more into the multiplayer side of things.
Yeah.
You know, Ninja will be there, and they'll have him show it off, along with like Snoop Dogg and Cousin It from the Addams Family.
There you go. So yeah, I am kind of, the Modern Warfare games were always the ones that I played the campaign all the way through. So I'm kind of excited.
They have really good stories. I've liked the stories on them a lot.
Yeah. So I think Infinity Ward is like their storyteller group, and then Treyarch is the zombie machine, and Sledgehammer just kind of got thrown in there.
They just fill in the gap.
Sounds like they're not filling in the gap anymore.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not, because they got pushed aside this year. So
yeah,
sounds like they're not. If they push them aside this year, that means they've probably completely pulled them off Call of Duty, and they're probably going to push them onto something else.
Very possible. The only other thing from the Modern Warfare, they've got they're running a whole new engine, a whole new graphics engine. It says
which I don't think they've updated the engine since Ghosts when they started this generation. So
yeah, I don't think they did. Yeah, it says new technology utilizes the latest advanced in visual engineering, including physical-based material systems allowed for state-of-the-art photogrammetry, whatever. Pretty much world volumetric lighting, 4K HDR, ray tracing on PC.
Get them RTXs ready.
Give me all the volumetric everything.
Yep, and more as well as a new GPU geometry pipeline.
Yeah, I'll just wait till we upgrade this podcast and we have volumetric podcasting.
Yeah.
Next level.
Technical investments provide a cutting-edge animation and blend shape system with a new suite of audio tools, supports full Dolby Atmos on supported platforms.
And then you only have to spend $500 to $1,000 to get a Dolby Atmos sound system.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or let me play it on my phone. I have Dolby Atmos speakers on my phone.
Your fancy phone. But yeah, I mean that's to me it's just it's Call of Duty. I got into Call of Duty years and years and years ago before Modern Warfare. And then I started Modern Warfare and then I quit.
I will say the little bit that I played of Blackout last year felt better to me personally than PUBG.
Well, it was ever.
The shooting mechanics were definitely better.
Yeah.
But overall, it was not, because moving the guns and firing the guns felt good, but Call of Duty does not feel good on a giant map.
That's the problem.
It just doesn't.
It Call of Duty to me is not a battle royale game. A battle royale game is like PUBG and now Apex and like
I haven't
Fortnite. Those are battle royales.
I haven't touched Battlefields, but I mean, that one's more in that vein to be able to do it than COD. So
because it's huge.
Here's my idea for how you could do a battle royale mode in Call of Duty. Instead of you dropping, like all the battle royales, instead of you dropping from an aircraft and picking a spot to land, it's all in, let's say, an installation. Some kind of building, maybe multiple floors, maybe it's just a big underground facility. And you just pick an insertion point.
I think they actually did that. They did the Alcatraz map.
Okay, did they?
Yeah, it's a smaller. It has less players on the map. It's a smaller map.
But just have it be all indoors, with maybe a few little outdoor sections. But have it be like a Call of Duty map, just
multi-tiered.
just
kind of.
bigger and multiple levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, that probably works.
Yeah.
But we've heard about Call of Duty. What else do we have this week, Iron?
The other really big story that we actually care about, I guess, because technically, okay, so Death Stranding did get announced. It got or not announced. It got a trailer, 9 minutes
A
long.
9-minute trailer.
It got a
9-minute trailer,
9-minute mini movie.
Pretty much.
and it got a release date, which I think what was it, November 8th, I believe. Um,
I mean, it's a Kojima game. I'm gonna play it.
Kojima, with this trailer, Kojima was prepping us for the expected length of cutscenes in this game.
yeah,
More or less length than Metal Gear Solid 3. Or 4. 4 was the one with the really long ones.
yeah. So either way, I mean, it was a good trailer. It looked really nice. I still have absolutely no fucking idea what's going on with this game.
Nobody knows what it's about.
Other than it's something
Kojima
about time.
doesn't even know what it's about.
Something about like time shifts and this, that, and the other. Like you can still like you're starting to kind of see things from the past that are happening, and then the world is becoming fractured because of this.
Stop. We cannot explain a Kojima game.
I like the meme. I think someone posted in the Discord where it was someone carrying a briefcase, and then they just come up and whack someone, and then they put like a whole bunch of boxes on their back, and they climb up a ladder. Like that's basically what it seems like. Is you walk around, you throw stuff on your back, you hit other people, maybe knock some stuff off of their back that you can then pick up and put on your back, and you got a cool looking motorcycle, but.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a motorcycle.
I mean, if you order the $200 collector's edition, you get like a life-size baby in a canister. That's not creepy at all.
God.
I put this baby in formaldehyde and put it on my shelf.
I'm just waiting for the trailer where one of those babies starts talking.
Oh, man.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable news story that comes about the person who tried to take a baby in formaldehyde through security, and it's actually one of those from the collector's edition.
Yeah.
So okay, Death Stranding. Yay. We'll know more about how confused we are later this year.
Yep.
What was the release date on it? November something?
November 8th, I think.
Sometime in November.
Yeah.
I have more important in November. We'll get to that.
The other big news, with more being known on Sunday, June 9th, at the Xbox briefing, will be Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC. Its own thing. So it's basically like they're calling it Xbox Game Pass for PC. I understand why, but it should just... So it's basically PC Game Pass.
But very importantly, unlike the current way that Game Pass works with PC, which is the Xbox Anywhere titles, you can play them on PC. Unlike that, they're actually teaming up with publishers to make it work. And one of those names that popped up was Bethesda, which means it's completely possible that at the very least right now you can play Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 on Game Pass. And it's very likely that those could be two of the first titles on PC.
Very likely.
Now, go ahead.
Their partners... I must say, no, their partners include, it says 100 plus high quality PC games from over 75 content partners, including Bethesda, Deep Silver, Devolver Digital, Paradox Interactive, Sega, and of course, Xbox Game Studios.
Yeah. So the important thing that people may or may not know, right now, like Penguin said, that only the Play Anywhere titles were the ones that were included with the Xbox Game Pass. And the reason that is because they used the universal Windows platform method of developing apps, which is basically essentially it runs within a little container. Mm-hmm. With the Game Pass for PC, what Microsoft has said is that, hey, we're a bunch of big dum-dums, and we realize that, most game developers don't program that way, and they are going to finally support normal Windows apps in the Windows, Microsoft Store. So that's how your Game Pass is gonna work. Is that you're gonna get a game just as you would on Steam or something like that. That you're just gonna have to install through the Microsoft Store instead of another. So it's essentially another launcher.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's cool. We'll know more about it soon.
Yeah.
I think the last thing.
I'm hoping that they'll have some kind of bundle or something with Game Pass on the Xbox as well.
I don't think they're gonna announce any other
I will
crossover
say
because they have the ultimate thing where it's Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass in one for $15 a month or whatever. That's coming to the Xbox. I don't think you're gonna get like a double Game Pass subscription.
I would get this Game Pass though. I'd be okay with this one.
Oh, look at that! We finally got Iron on board.
I mean, it's PC then. That's what I needed. I can't I needed them to be PC games. Like, it's not like the Game Pass now doesn't have PC games, but this will be all PC games. It's not like, oh, I get like 20 of them. I can now have all of them.
Well, whatever ones are supported, sir. Not
That-
all of them. You're not gonna be able to play every single.
Yeah, I know that.
But
No.
before we start to get way too long in the tooth, a quick thing. This is leading into the meat and potatoes of the show, even though we're 45 minutes into the show already. Let's take a look really quick at some of the stuff that's already confirmed for E3. Things that we know are going to be there, so that we can be like, well, we cannot talk about those. These can't be our predictions. The big one that I don't think anybody, well, I wouldn't say that nobody was expecting it, but the big game that's actually finally going to be fucking shown at E3 is the Avengers game from Square Enix, announced 2 years ago as part of all this stuff. Yeah, we're finally gonna see the Avengers game from Square Enix. Obviously, we're gonna see some more Halo Infinite, Gears, Cyberpunk is gonna be there.
Did they confirm that they're going to be showing Infinite?
There's no way that they're not gonna show Infinite. There's absolutely zero way they're not showing Infinite at their conference.
Yeah, they gotta.
We'll see more from like Doom Eternal. Apparently, they're saying we'll see more Dying Light 2.
We will get we will get from EA the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Apex Legends, Battlefield 5, FIFA 20, Madden, NFL 20, and The Sims 4. So those are all confirmed as well.
Why is The Sims 4 still going?
A DLC, I guess. It also seems like
other things right now that they're saying are confirmed from Bethesda, they're saying confirmed we will not see Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6. We will see nothing of them. Todd Howard has said that we won't see those.
Why the heck did they mention them last year?
Let me just delete that prediction right there.
Or leave it in and save it as Todd Howard's line.
I mean,
all right. Outside of that, outside of those major things, boys, we said that we were going to sit down here and we were going to do a pre-E3 show, and we were each going to take 5 predictions that could cross over any of the groups. Sony notwithstanding, because Sony has 0 presence at E3 this year. They've already said that. At some point, they'll probably announce State of Play. That's going to happen afterwards. But Sony, no presence at E3 this year. So let me see. I had a list pulled up of it's a conference schedule. Okay, conferences we know are happening in or around E3. Let me see, where did it go? All right, there we go. E3 2019 schedule.
starts on
Sunday,
Saturday, right?
Sunday, June 9th. I think Nintendo is doing theirs beforehand. I think Nintendo's is the 6th. or whatever.
I thought
There's a
fun.
direct.
I thought there was. Maybe it was some of the. I thought
no,
EA was on Saturday.
So we have on June 9th, we have Microsoft at 2:30 Central Time, the only time that matters. We have Bethesda running at 7:15 Central Time, the only time that matters. Well, that's okay. That's the IGN pre-show. So I'm sorry. So it's the conference time says 3 Central, 7:30 Central, and then Devolver Digital at 9 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, June 9th. And then you have on Monday at 4, or well, I'll give you this one, Iron. 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central. We have Ubisoft, and at 8 Central we have Square Enix. Also on the 10th, we have the Kind of Funny Game Showcase, which will be at 6:30 Central Time. Limited Run Games is going to do a conference at 2 Central, which I don't know if you ever bought anything from Limited Run, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
And then what is probably going to be the most boring conference at the show, the PC gaming show. It was awful last year. It's going to be awful this year. But if you want to watch it, that'll be at noon Central on the 10th. So those are the conferences on the schedule that I see. We know that Nintendo's going to have a direct or a Treehouse thing somewhere in there.
So not a conference, but Saturday the 8th, EA is basely streaming all morning.
Yeah, they're doing their.
So they have
EA,
at 9:30. So this is 9:30 Pacific time. They have their Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order stream. 10 a.m. Pacific is Apex. 10:30 is Battlefield. 11 FIFA. 11:30 Madden, and noon Pacific time is The Sims 4.
So this is because EA is kicking off on Saturday next week. That's why we're doing our predictions this week.
Pretty much.
Just in case they try to slip something in there. So how do we want to do this? Who starts? Obviously we're going to go around one by one.
Yeah.
Iron, since technically you are the host of this show, we'll let you get the first. Let you get the first prediction in.
Okay. All right. My first prediction: Ubisoft announces Watch Dogs 3 with trailer. It will be based in London, and it will be tied, like it will release like with the new Ubisoft like access thing, because they're kind of making like an EA access thing. It's gonna release with that.
We think they are.
Yeah, we think they are, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. That's announced, and it's gonna be probably a winter or whatever 2020, like that February through April release time that they like to play.
I buy into your theory. I buy into this. Except, and since you've made a prediction about the Ubi Pass, I'm not going to make my prediction about it, but I will tell you about it. I don't think Ubi Pass is just through Ubisoft. I think the Ubi Pass is tied to Stadia.
Oh.
Just so you know. But I think that it's tied to Stadia. But I think you're right. I think they are going to announce Watch Dogs 3, and I do think it's going to be day and date with this pass thing. So. But yeah, so I like it. I like what you're putting down. Good prediction to start off.
All
Mike,
right.
you can go next.
Leave the independent voice for last.
I guess I will stay. I will stay on the Ubisoft train.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Choo choo. Splinter Cell will be announced. It will include a full single player campaign, as well as the Spies versus Mercs for the multiplayer.
Ooh.
I like it. I think all signs point to yes.
I'm not going to tag that with a predicted release date because who the fuck knows?
That's true.
But they will announce it.
Okay. My first prediction. This is me finally cementing this in stone because I've been preaching this. The Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct, which is basically part of E3. Because I think they said it's happening the 5th or the 6th. I can't remember the date off the top of my head.
I think it was the 6th.
Pokemon Sword and Shield gets an official release date. It is November 15th. That is the date. Cemented in stone. It's happening.
Okay.
All right. Do we see the
I'm
starters?
I'm starting the ball rolling. All right. I started small. Y'all went big. I started small. Yeah, we see at least the second stage of the evolutions.
Okay.
If not all three.
That's what I meant. Like that's what I meant. Like, do we see that? Okay. I feel it. I don't disagree at all because that does seem very Nintendo of the day.
I've done research.
Yeah. So I'm all with it. My next one is more of a kind of amusing one. The words "next generation" will be said at least a dozen times by Phil Spencer during his conference.
Dang.
So if it's
Okay.
12, so if it's 12, you're wrong, or if it's 11, you're wrong.
I said
only
at
11.
least a dozen times.
So if it's only 11,
I'm
misses.
wrong. Yeah, if it's only 11, I'm wrong. But I with the generation coming up next year, basically it's going to be next year. Generation coming up and everything, and they're going to be pushing it hard. And to the extent of like it's going to be ready for next gen, it's going to do this for next gen, it's going to do this, like this is what our next gen will be, because they showed like the idea of it last year, so they're going to make a bigger push on it this year.
Okay.
So
Did they they didn't reveal it last year?
They kind of mentioned it.
So you've announced what Phil Spencer's going to say at least a dozen times. All right.
Yep.
I
needed a
we
fun
should
one.
probably be taking these down somewhere, but
Shonen.
Yeah, I guess.
Shonen, be our recorder.
Sean doesn't want to do that.
All right,
got
Mike,
better
what you
things
got?
to do.
Okay, so I'll go with some Microsoft stuff too. Let's see, which one is the best? Ooh, here's one. Project xCloud will be detailed, including pricing and availability. So they'll put a date on it. They'll give us some pricing, and I'm just gonna throw a little 0.5 prediction in here of possibly bundling it with Game Pass.
I would love that. Okay, yeah, I think they have to talk about xCloud at the conference. There's definitely going to be an announcement of at least the full-blown beta, probably. I think you're on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with your prediction, Mike. I'm comfortable with it. Not the 0.5 part on the end.
Thank you for your approval.
But let me blow you both out of the water right now. My Microsoft prediction. Microsoft announces and shows off next-gen Xbox in two models, a disc-based and a discless version, and it releases Q1 2020.
Whoa.
No fucking way.
I said I was gonna blow this out of the water. I didn't say
this. I'm not using this as an official prediction, but one of the things I have written down here, I'm not using it just because of Iron's prediction and now yours combined. I have written down here, Microsoft will talk about the next gen Xbox, but not provide a lot of details.
Nope. No, I think they got to beat Sony to market. I think the PS5 is holiday 2020. So I'm gonna say that Xbox is gonna do what they did last time and try to beat them out of the gate.
Yeah. Mike, what was your second prediction?
My second one was Project xCloud will be detailed, including pricing and availability.
Okay. All right. Okay, round 3. Whoops. Dang. I believe that the next Smash DLC character will be revealed, and it's going to be Steve from Microsoft.
Oh, he's going Minecraft Steve here.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Minecraft. It's huge. They seem to be working closely with Microsoft on things.
You don't think they'd do that over something like Cuphead or?
I mean, they still got what, 4 guys to go. It was supposed to be what the Fighter Pass. Fighter Pass was 5 characters.
I think so, something like that.
I think they'll come out. I think I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Steve.
All right.
Okay. I mean, he's a very kid-friendly choice. Whereas Cuphead or any of those would kind of be like,
And he's got a sword, so he fits in with them Fire Emblem boys.
Yeah, he can do the sword. Well, he can do the
He'll
sword
be a
and
Fire Emblem character.
he can use the sword. He can use the bow and arrow. He can
So you're
like
basically
as a throwable. He can use like TNT or something.
So you're
His
basically
ultimate is just dumping a bucket of lava.
he goes to the top of the stage and just dump. He turns into Hero Brian.
So you're
and
turning.
just destroys everything.
So you're turning Steve into Link. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
But he's gonna have a much bigger hitbox because he's blocky.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gotta have some fun with this, right? All right, Mike.
I'm gonna go with a slightly easy one here. Halo Infinite will be shown, and will be a game as a service.
Ooh. Oh.
Hence
That might piss some
the
people off.
hence the Infinite name.
That's very good. I see it.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I appreciate it.
Microsoft has yet to have their own game as a service. And this
That's very true.
This could be because I mean honestly, if there's one franchise that would work for that, I think Halo is the best one they have.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I could see it. I could see it happening.
I could too. Didn't even think of that.
So I get to finish out round 3. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Round 3. I'm gonna go with a Squeenix prediction here.
Oh man, here we go.
Square Enix prediction. Square Enix, at the very least, teases, if not fully announcing, Final Fantasy 16. They have a habit of announcing things way too early in the development cycle, and it seems about right.
Not wrong, I guess. I'm not big on Final Fantasy, but I know it's been a while since they've really done anything with it, hasn't it? Because they were working. It was Square that worked on Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. So most of the movement on Final Fantasy since 15 came out has been on Final Fantasy Online. And like, let's be real. If you haven't played Kingdom Hearts by now, sorry. There's not a lot of Kingdom Hearts, or Kingdom Hearts doesn't have a lot of Final Fantasy content in 3. It really doesn't. If really any that I can think of. So, yeah, I'm standing by my prediction. Final Fantasy 16 is at least teased, if not fully announced.
Okay, I like it. Let's see. Which one do I want? Let's do another kind of out one. During Nintendo's Direct, they will finally announce DLC for Super Mario Party and online play. With
I hope so.
God, I wish.
Hey, I'm not saying any of these are coming true, but damn, it would be nice.
No. Look, the hopeful side of me, the hopeful part in my soul is like, please, for the love of God, yes, announce DLC and let us play the board game online for fuck's sake. I hope you're true. I hope your prediction comes true.
It's all wishful thinking.
Any idea? Like, are we talking about more characters? Are we talking about new boards?
I'm thinking
shebang?
I'm thinking more boards is what I'm thinking. Definitely more boards. From the mini games I've played, they've been kind of lacking, but I don't see them making all new mini games in that.
It has a fairly decent roster of characters.
Yeah, I'm not saying it has a decent roster of characters. I mean, it looks like you unlock some actually. But I do think I didn't think it would I think it would be kind of like one of that it's like one of the only first party games that hasn't gotten anything.
That's true. That's true.
So
Even Mario Aces just got the announcement of Petey the Piranha Plant coming to Aces. Does that mean Petey the Piranha Plant's finally coming to Mario Party as a playable character? He's in everything else now.
That's true. So that'll be mine. So that's number 4. Mike, what you got?
He's just going over his list like which one.
That's pretty much what I do. I'm sitting here. I was looking down at my list. My last one, you guys can say if I can use it or not, and if not, I got to back up. So.
All right. Another potential softball here. We know that they're not going to be talking about Metroid Prime 4. Because the Nintendo Direct is all about games in 2019. And
I know where he's going with this.
As we all know, they had to basically scrap all of the Metroid Prime 4 development and restart. So, during the Direct, Nintendo will announce the Metroid Prime trilogy getting a remaster, and it will support both normal controls, a la the GameCube version, or motion controls.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know why we don't Prime trilogy as it is. I love how you guys are like, you're building and Iron is like, let me give you this fantastical prediction that I think might happen. Where we're over here like Nintendo's like fucking with us on this. And Mike is over here like, let me give you this prediction that's probably going to happen because Nintendo knows what people want. But I'm going to blow you up again. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to go big or go home again. And I'm going to keep it in the Nintendo family. You ready?
Okay.
Nintendo announces 2 new models of the Switch.
No way.
A Switch Lite and a version that's more like the Pro that's kind of either got a better screen or it runs faster or it does something of that nature. Whether or not they're hitting this year, I don't know, but we're going to see a Switch Lite and an advanced Switch, like a Switch XL.
That is bold.
I don't think you're going to get that in a Direct like that.
I didn't say it was going to be in the Direct. I said it was going to be at E3.
Yeah.
It could be its own separate thing.
Yeah, this is stuff that's pretty much happening around E3. Like
in and around E3. I didn't say it was happening in the Direct. I just said it's happening sometime during E3.
Could happen.
Fight me, Mike. Fight me.
Fight me.
I don't think think they'll
Penguin's going big.
I'm going big or go home on this time.
Okay. All right, so I'll go with my final one.
All right,
go ahead.
Are we gonna let you use it? That's what you said.
Yeah, okay. All right, and this one gets kind of specific, so this is like my big one. In the next week, Sony will announce a state of play for June 14th. So it'll be Friday. So it'll be like right after E3 closes. So they'll announce a state of play for June 14th. They will announce The Last of Us 2 will release March 6th of 2020. And they will announce that Ghost of Tsushima will release February 14th of 2020.
Mike, first of all, are we gonna let him pull this? So Sony has Sony has to announce sometime in the next week. So during the E3 time frame, that they're gonna blow up E3 by having a thing right after it.
Yep.
What do you think, Mike? We gonna allow this prediction?
If not, I got a much
I
lighter
will-
one.
I will allow it as long as I get to do a counter prediction that doesn't cost as my final pick.
Yeah, I'm in. All right, I'll allow this.
All right,
I'm
hold
in.
on. Let me.
So-
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
my counter prediction is that now here's the technicalities involved in this.
It's
Sony's-
a counter prediction that doesn't count. I'm in.
Sony said that they're not going to have a presence. And I'm taking that literally. They're not going to be present at E3. But they're going to announce a state of play that happens the press conference weekend, maybe even in their normal 7 p.m. slot.
Oh.
I'm not as specific as Iron, but I did say that they will announce the release date for Last of Us 2.
That's fair. That is fair.
So Iron says that they're going to do this right after E3.
The reason I picked March 14th is because I have the day off and I can just watch it without a problem.
So he says right after. Mike goes so far as to say they're going to be like, "Fuck you, E3. We're still showing something off." All right, I dig it. Can I just say that to counter your
my counter
and your prediction, Sony doesn't do a state of play until at least July.
I could see that too.
I would counter that with that. I don't think Sony's going to mess around. But Mike, what's your official final prediction?
My official final prediction: Final Fantasy VII Remake will not come out this year.
Boy, you're just hitting softballs all over the place. You're like underhand pitch to me, please.
So
Unbelievable.
these are I'll give you the last two options I have, and you choose which one is better. Final Fantasy VII Remake will not be out this year, or Ghost Recon Breakpoint will include a BR mode.
I think both of those are softballs.
Jeez.
You're
I
just,
mean, I could have went with a softball. Mine was No Man's Sky update release date revealed. That's my softball.
We can talk about extra predictions after on the post show.
Yeah,
I'll stick with Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, it's
not
it's
coming
your
out
little
this year.
softball rolling across the plate is in.
I love it. But Mike's playing it safe.
That's true.
As if there was a prize on the line for this.
I don't know.
Maybe
It hasn't announced the prize.
And maybe the reasoning behind that specific prediction is they're abandoning the episodic format that they announced with.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Another one of those. I hope it comes true. As far as that goes, I love it though, because Mike is like dinging soft pitch over here. I'm like swinging wildly.
Penguin's going for the fences.
My bat has landed in center field. Like, it's slipped out of my hands. It's gone.
You're doing a Dave Bautista bass flip.
Well, shit. I need a final prediction. You know what? Here's my final prediction. Todd Howard's full of shit, and at least in either Elder Scrolls or Starfield is at the Bethesda conference. One or the other, at least.
In what form?
Trailer.
What was the second game?
It's either Elder Scrolls or Starfield. We'll be at E3. Todd Howard's full of shit. We're gonna see a trailer for one of them. I'm not saying we're gonna see gameplay, but we'll see a trailer.
Right, I could see that, because it could just be a CG, like their typical Fallout, trailers.
And I feel like it's like, I feel like in that situation, it's like they've hold out to the very, very end of the conference, And then they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I lied. Check this out." And then boom, we get one or the other. Most likely Starfield, mind you. But most likely it's Starfield because Elder Scrolls is clearly not coming before Starfield. They've already said Starfield is next. I don't think they should have even shown anything about Elder Scrolls 6 at last year's E3 because it made my soul happy, and then they're like, by the way, fuck you.
Well, it was the same situation as Metroid Prime. Like, oh, let's show you this graphic of the title, which wasn't even the full title. It was just,
Metroid.
Elder Scrolls. Well, it was Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh,
it wasn't...
Yeah, we don't even have a title. And now and I'll tell you now. I'll tell you after. Let's put this baby to bed, and then we'll talk on the post show.
All right. So, everybody, those are the predictions. They are recorded. They are ready. E3 starts, or E3 early. The early stuff starts next Saturday, right? Saturday we said with E3
Saturday, yeah.
EA.
EA has some streams on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then conferences start on Sunday.
Yep. So that will be going next Saturday. So our next episode will...
Not a single one of us touched EA, by the way. We were just like, nah.
No, fuck them. I mean, if I wanted to, I would say like I'll say it in the post show.
No.
So otherwise, our next podcast will kind of touch on any news that is probably leaked out, and I mean, who knows? It could confirm or destroy one of our predictions. So we'll talk about that probably on the next show and everything, along with what we're playing and all that other stuff. So with all that being said, everybody, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate it. Our giveaway again is the 24th of this month. Please subscribe up here on Twitch with your Twitch Prime, or go ahead and pay. That is always good as well. And then head over to the Discord at discord.lunarcastways.com.
Give them your money.
Give them money. Doing that gets you entered into the giveaway for a $60 gift card of your choice. We'll be pulling that on the 24th. Like 1 o'clock
on the 24th of June, Spidey J will be getting his gift card
again.
Y'all
Anyway,
need to introduce some kind of like no back-to-back clause or some shit into this.
Yeah, we'll think of something maybe. I don't know.
It's never happened back-to-back before.
I don't think it's ever happened back-to-back because we're not counting his tournament win, because he won that one, like tournament-wise. And then there was another one he won where it was because Six didn't want his anymore. Like, he didn't want it because he was like, I don't have a Switch, so I don't want Smash. So then we rolled again and he won. So
Either way, it's the ongoing joke.
Pretty much, it's a good joke.
It's like Mike getting fired.
Yeah. So with all that said, thank you guys for watching. Mike, thank you for hanging out. Penguin, you can catch over on twitch.tv/Mr. Penguin Von Penguin on You're Changing the Days. Monday.
Well, I only changed the days this week. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch, Saturdays on Mixer, but this week, because I have stuff that's going on, I did an IRL stream yesterday on Friday instead, and I'm doing Mixer tomorrow on Sunday. So,
well, there we go. So there's that. So you can catch him over on Twitch or on Mixer, which I believe is the same as like mixer.com/Mr. Penguin Von Penguin.
Yeah.
So you can catch him there. Anything else you guys need to say?
I hope my psychic powers are working properly and I win this.
Mike?
No.
Nope, nothing.
No.
All right. No. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, have a great day.
Bye.
Buddy. All right. Turn that off. Saving.
Hour and 17 minutes. I think the predictions was shorter than our Call of Duty section.
I think it was. And all because we talked about Call of Duty for too long. So
that's fun.
Yeah, so touching on some of the things where it was like going back and looking where I thought some stuff was kind of crazy. Like, I'm going big or going home because I really think that those honestly, the hardware ones where you're like, no way in hell, I actually think that those ones are my most probable predictions. I think
Yeah,
we're more likely to see the Xbox 2 or the new versions of the Switch than we are to see Final Fantasy 16.
he's not wrong.
I mean,
Um,
I agree that they'll be like the next Xbox will be mentioned, but it's not gonna be a full out reveal. It's gonna be like the Project Scorpio reveal.
I think you're wrong,
There we go.
and you think I'm
What did I
wrong.
say?
We all think each other's wrong.
Yeah.
Now one of the just so you know, I did come up with a couple of crazy predictions, but I decided against it.
Please tell us your crazy stuff. I want
Please
to
tell
know.
me. I'm curious.
So the one and kind of the reason I dressed the way I did this morning was I was thinking about predicting that
Rocksteady.
the next arc, because there was that leak that came out that said that the next game was going to be called Arkham Crisis.
Oh, I remember that leak.
My prediction was going to be that that is real, and that because of the events of Arkham Knight, that Arkham Crisis was going to be more of a Justice League type story, and maybe start with Superman, stuff like that.
Interesting.
I don't think I wrote.
I forgot about Rocksteady. Like they could probably be.
The
I
thing
didn't forget about
the
it in
thing
the
I don't
slightest.
know is where they fit in. Like, I don't know which conference necessarily they would fit into.
They'd probably just pop on Xboxes or something.
Yeah, I think if Rocksteady was showing them anything, that they would be popping onto the Xbox conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's most likely.
Unless Sony's storing them for a state of play, because didn't they on one wasn't it on Arkham Knight where they like partnered with them on something, or am I don't know, I can't remember. Like
I
they
don't
marketing,
remember.
like I think it was like a marketing partnership kind of thing. I don't know, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but
So
just go through. I mean, I hit pretty much everything on my list in one way or the other.
yeah. It really sucks too, because like one of the predictions I was going to make that I was thinking about like a couple days ago was EA was going to show off the next Need for Speed, and it was going to be a October release, and then they came out saying that Need for Speed will not be at E3. It's being worked on, and it will come out this year, but it will not be at E3, which is kind of dumb.
Here's the thing I've learned as a wrestling fan: when they say stupid stuff like, "Oh, that person's not gonna be here," they're definitely going to be there.
That is 100% why I think Starfield or Elder Scrolls is going to show at Bethesda, and I lean towards Starfield just because they've said Starfield is the next game in line. But yeah, that's like 100% the reason why my audio's uploaded, by the way. But that's why I think that.
Yeah. I thought about making it. No, go ahead.
So
I was gonna say I would love for it to be Elder Scrolls, but I think Elder Scrolls is probably a next gen launch era title, if not like a year into next gen. So I'm thinking like for Elder Scrolls, I'm thinking like 2021.
I could see that just
because 10 years between Elder Scrolls games hurts my soul.
Skyrim, they bleeded Skyrim for everything it had.
Dude, Skyrim has come out on everything. I briefly thought about buying Skyrim Game of the Year. Like this morning when I was like, dang, I don't have the DLC for Fallout 4. I looked on their store and they were like, Fallout 4 and Skyrim Game of the Year Edition bundle, $79.99. And I was like,
I don't have it loaded, but
Alexa,
this thing plays Skyrim.
Yeah, I briefly for a moment thought about it and I was like, no, I'm going on a trip. I'm saving
coming soon. Skyrim for Apple Watch.
coming soon, Skyrim for my cat. You know, be able to play Skyrim on my cat. It all Skyrim for Stream Deck, for fuck's sake. It's coming.
Skyrim for the coffee mug that Tom spent $80 on.
Wow.
Coming soon, Skyrim for NES Classic. I mean, come on now, it's coming.
Oh God.
It's like the old OG Doom thing. Can you run it on this and you run it on a printer?
Skyrim for the Playdate.
I love it. Clearly, you crank. Yeah, I know. That's how you move your character forward. You crank it. They've simplified the A and B buttons to be the right and left hand.
So Shonen's prediction about Mario Kart 9 being announced. I'm behind Mario Kart 9 being announced, but there is no way that they're going to want competitive integrity for Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's the Kappa part of the prediction, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's the Kappa part. But I would personally like to see Mario Kart 9. That would be nice.
I don't think we're that far away from Mario Kart 9.
I don't think so either. No.
My thing is this. I don't know if that's part of their E3 Direct or like it's
Probably
something
down the
they
road.
slap on like later down this year or early next year. I don't know. I don't think we're getting a Mario Kart game this year.
No,
Well-
I think
well, we
Mario
have
Kart
to-
will
we
be
have to-
2020 probably.
I think they're set on this year because they got Animal Crossing and they have Pokemon
Pokemon.
Sword and Shield.
Pokemon, yeah. You don't need anything else to jump into
and
waters.
and
No.
Nintendo's kind of process, it seems like, is they have 2 major games every year.
Sounds about right.
It wouldn't shock me then if like 2020 was Mario Kart and Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Mario Kart and Metroid. It could be
Could be another Zelda, honestly.
yeah, could be another Zelda. Could be another Donkey Kong, maybe.
Well, yeah, because don't they have that remaster of which one?
Well, they have the
Link to the-
remaster of the old Game Boy game.
Yeah, Link to the Past, but that's this year.
Yeah, but like I'm
And
talking about
I wouldn't consider that a major game.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I
no.
wasn't.
no, I'm thinking more like actual full-on Zelda release, like a
Mm.
non-cross-gen Zelda, because that's usually what happens. We usually get one that crosses generations. Ever since that was GameCube into Wii, right? We had
Yeah, that was Twilight
Twilight
Princess.
And then you
then
have
after
Skyward
that-
Sword.
and then you had Skyward Sword, which was only on Wii U, and then you had Breath of the Wild, which came out on like the Wii U and
You didn't have anything. You didn't have
Switch.
anything that bridged Wii to Wii U.
Mm. Wait, Skyward Sword wasn't just on Wii? Or
Skyward Sword
wasn't.
was only on
Skyward
Wii.
Sword?
I
Okay,
thought.
so
Yeah, Skyward Sword was only
Because the big
on
the
the
big
Wii.
the big
Oh no,
Wii
it was
U's-
Wii and Wii U.
Skyward Sword was.
That's what it says. It says platforms Wii and Wii U.
Is that just because you
Oh,
can play Wii
yeah.
games on Wii U?
Yeah, Wii U eShop 2016. Okay,
I mean
Yeah.
that's
trying
about
to
as close
trick
as,
me.
but I don't know. I could see us getting another. We're so early in the. Honestly, we're not that far into Switch. I think Switch has got another long time going.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo's notorious for running their hardware forever.
Crazy thought, but how long do you think it is until they announce the discontinuation of the 3DS/2DS?
Ooh, that would have actually been a good prediction.
That's this year. Let me tell you why it's this year. Because just recently, because Nintendo sells refurbs on their eBay page,
Mm-hmm.
and you could get like a 2DS on their eBay page refurbed for like $50 this week.
A 2DS XL.
I don't remember, but yeah, I think this is the last year for the 3DS because they have to, especially with Pokemon coming out on Switch.
They don't need the DS line anymore.
They don't need the DS line anymore.
Yeah, Nintendo 2DS XL, black and turquoise refurbished, $100. The original 2DS was 50. So
yeah, so I just think that that's a stealth announcement though. They're just gonna quietly slip that by people or try to.
That'll just be a press release, probably.
yeah,
They'll be like,
On
Ooh.
this day in 2020, we will cease production of DS units.
Well, fuck, it got dark.
storms coming in on you.
Oh yeah. Like, did you notice how dark everything got around me?
Now I'm gonna go and look up. I'm gonna look up the radar in Toledo. I want to see this.
Do it.
Curious. Ugh, it's 90 degrees here. Feels like 98.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're telling me some bullshit, Mother Nature. I hate you.
I think we're under a thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm watch. Um.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh no.
Looks like it's mostly depending on where, but it's mostly north of you. It looks like.
Let's see.
It appears that you might have something pushing into your area, but it looks like it's mostly been up towards like Blissfield and Petersburg,
Yeah,
and
that's
Erie, and that there might be a little bit that's starting to push south onto you. That's coming up north of Swanton is what it's showing on the radar.
Yep, I see it. Yeah, that might miss us.
And this has been your Lunar Castaways weather on the 5s.
Weather on the 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty much on the 5s. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody else have any like just not official, crazy, out there motherfucking prediction they just want to say?
I mean, maybe Game
There we
Pass
go.
on Switch.
Yeah.
I could see that happen.
But it
Project
would probably
X
be
Cloud.
through Project X Cloud, I would imagine.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be that bad playing Xbox games on that Switch Pro controller. It'd feel just fine, probably.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I could see. Well, Microsoft does own Minecraft, so I could see them announcing Bedrock for PS4, along with, you know.
All right, check this out. This is my.
Go ahead.
My pie in the sky. Wow, I can't believe this happened. Moments. Is you know, you get like Phil Spencer, Doug Bowser, and Shuhei on stage at the Xbox conference for some reason or another. They've been on stage before for one thing. Why not get them there for something? And maybe it has to do with Project X Cloud. I don't know.
Full crossplay on all
some kind of
multi-platform games.
Some kind of crossplay support.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. I could see it.
But that's really it's trickling in because like obviously it started with Rocket League saying that they could do it and accidentally turning on the Switch. Accidentally.
One of the crazy things that popped into my head this morning was Nintendo upgrades the Switch Online with achievements powered by Xbox Live.
That's actually, to me, that doesn't feel all that out there.
But to specifically say that like the Nintendo Switch achievements are Xbox Live achievements.
I think there's a lot of really interesting things that could happen. And something huge has to happen if E3, like the people who organized it had to have been like, we really need you to announce something incredibly major right now because this conference is dying.
I feel like Sony, the fact that they've been so adamant that they're gonna have zero presence there, I feel like they have to stealth drop something.
It's available now. Like The Last of Us 2, available now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I would have to be like, oh, well, I guess I'll buy that in a few months when I finish The Last of Us.
I'd be buying it right then and there. Shut up and take my money.
I mean, shout out to Sony for making Sonic Mania the PlayStation Plus game next month. I guess Jacket doesn't have to buy that for you anymore.
Nope. It's not on Switch.
You know what happened? Jacket didn't buy it for you. Jacket bought it for everyone. Jacket greased the palms at Sony.
Oh.
Jacket bought
It's-
Sonic Mania for us all. Ooh,
Yeah.
thundery.
Yeah,
Oh, that
it's
shook my house. Ellie,
All right. Well, we should probably wrap this up
before I lose
Yeah.
power. Yeah,
before
maybe.
Iron loses power and
Hey, baby girls. I
We're
have to do
planning
some
on
grocery
running over to
shopping.
like Duluth to
I
look
know.
at. I want to get some shorts.
Come here.
Duluth.
Duluth
come
Trading
here.
Traders is fucking awesome, man. Don't sleep on them. Lifetime guarantee on
Can
their
you sit?
product.
Sit. Hug the pups.
Ellie, do your homework.
Ellie, squirrel.
She can't hear you.
Put the headphones on her. Squirrel. Squirrel.
No, because she's gonna run to the window where it's,
And away with Iron's headphones.
All right,
Yeah.
I won't say squirrel, but I want to see her with headphones on. I want to see
All
this
right.
adorable moment.
Come here. Come here. God, you're heavy. Lose some weight. She
Stop fat shaming your dog.
won't- Eh.
Get out and exercise with your dog.
Yeah.
We want to see this cuteness.
Ugh.
Put the headphones on the bark. You can't hear us. Ellie. Squirrel. Squirrel. Ellie, squirrel.
Doesn't like it. She didn't like it. She was like, "What the fuck?"
So,
You're
you're
good
fine.
girls.
Anyways, guys, it's always a pleasure. We'll work out the final times for the moving the podcast forward and back on the 2 weekends I'm gone on Saturday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's
Whitney's
exciting.
0.4 miles. No shit. Ow.
right.
But I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, post show.